you were born really liking yourself. So this is not something new. You have to reactivate and remanifest something that's your birthright.
Again, in the book, another concept you speak about, which I think is actually not really spoken about enough, or not taught about this enough, is actually liking yourself. And I think a big part of this about creating a life you want, it is a mirror of the way you think and feel about yourself. It's what I've experienced in the last 5 years since I've really, really thought about it, sat with it, accepted myself, and then the world has almost mirrored the way I see myself, right? If I was walking to a room or an interview or something thinking I'm not worthy, well, how can I expect somebody else to think that of me?
Your thoughts are an energy that go out from you and back to you. You know, you can see that with babies. If you're used to handling a baby, they like you. Same thing with animals. So we forget that we are all on a frequency. You know, quantum physics says we're all matter, we all vibrate. And if you can just change your vibrational energy, you can change absolutely everything.
So what I wanted to ask you, because I quite like making things practical. I mean, I love talking about concepts and learning in general, but I always want to know what does this look like day to day? So liking oneself as a concept makes sense, but what does that actually look like day to day?
Well, you know, go back and look at have you ever seen a baby that doesn't like themselves, that won't ask for attention at 2 a.m., that won't spit out the broccoli you spent ages pureeing? The first good news is you were born really liking yourself. So this is not something new. You have to reactivate and remanifest something that's your birthright. How do you do it? Well, you start to go, I like myself. You know, we're so resistant to go, you know, I'm good at something. We think, I better put myself down. I better diminish myself. So go, I like myself. I'm a good person. I'm kind, I'm warm, I'm generous, I'm friendly, I'm patient. Think of something you're good at. Instead of saying I'm a nice person, I always have time for my friends, and start to tell yourself you're good. One of the keys of successful people, they tell you they're good. They go, I am the best IT person, I'm the best chef, I'm the best songwriter, I'm the best pilot. We don't go, I don't like that. We go, I'm so glad I'm going to the best chef. I'm so glad I got the best pilot. Now, if I took my child to a school and they go, this is the best school, I go, I want my kid to go here. Nobody goes when they go, well, we're all right, not bad. You know, we have good days, bad days, we do our best. So confidence is very reassuring. It's also very sexy. I mean, it doesn't have to be sexy for everything, but the amount of people I work with, young girls who are trying so hard to make some boy like them. It's like, darling, stop putting your energy to him. Why don't you just like yourself and go, I like myself, I'm a good person. Because, you know, I'm going on a date, I hope they like me. Go, no, why don't you say, I hope I like them? I hope they're good enough for me. I hope they realize how amazing I am. It's not arrogant. You know, we want to have high self-esteem. Esteem means what I think of you. If I say, hey, I hold you in the highest esteem, that's what I think of you. But self-esteem is what I think of me. So nobody can give me self-esteem. I got to do it myself. I got to say, I like myself. I'm here for a reason. Got something to offer the world. I'm really good at IT or design or cookery, whatever it is. And I'm a good person. And if you start to say it, you'll elevate yourself. I mean, the great thing is when your self-esteem is high, the world joins you up there. But when you diminish it, it kind of joins you down there. You know, I love the story of Meryl Streep, who, when she first was auditioning, someone said, Meryl, darling, you're not pretty. You'll never make it. You should just give up. And she said, well, that's your opinion. In the sea of opinions, I shall find a different opinion. And she did. Someone said to Elizabeth Taylor, Elizabeth, you'll be an actress, but never a movie star. She said, well, why don't you just watch me then? She was very ballsy. But then someone said to Demi Moore, that you'll never be enough, you'll be a popcorn. And she let that in. You'll be a popcorn actress. You'll never be enough. And this is the thing. If you look at Meryl, Elizabeth and Demi, and Meryl and Elizabeth didn't let it in, and Demi did. Because it's not for someone to tell you who you are. It's for you to tell them, I'll be a movie star. I didn't know how to be beautiful, to play Margaret Thatcher or for the parts that she played. Not every actress has to be stunning. We wouldn't say that about Judi Dench or Helen Mirren or some of the amazing actresses we have. And we let people tell us who we are. You're a C student. You're in the C stream. You're average. You just come from a family where we don't really do much. We're all like blue-collar workers. But you have to tell people who you are. I'm smart, I'm lovable. So don't let someone tell you, you tell them. Yeah, I remember my daughter years ago said, Mummy, how do you make a boy like us? I disagree with everything they say. They say they like football, say I like basketball. They say like burgers, say I like pizza. Don't agree, have a bit about you, argue back, be your own person. Because people like that. We like confidence is very reassuring, yet we're so scared to show people I like myself. And if someone criticizes you, don't let it in. Counter that by saying something. Oh, you think I'm boring? Well, you just don't know me. If you knew me, you'd know that you think there's nothing, you don't know me. If you knew me, you'd know that isn't true, because the most important word you will ever hear in your whole life are the words you say to yourself.
Just before we hear exactly what words are the most important to say to ourselves, I want to share a quick life update. This is one of the most important shifts I've made in my home lately, and it has to do with my hydration. Paying attention to the quality of my drinking water is constantly front of mind for me and my family, because I used to drink tap water so innocently, thinking I was doing the right thing by hydrating. But I didn't realize that this could seriously put me and my family at risk for devastating health concerns, especially when you consider that 3 out of 4 US homes have toxic chemicals in their tap water. You know those standard fridge and pitcher filters? Well, I was so shocked to learn that they do very little to remove most of these really harsh contaminants. And as we know, most bottled water contains microplastics. So what is the solution? I want to introduce you guys to AquaTrue, the countertop water purifier tested and certified to remove 84 contaminants, including chlorine, lead, forever chemicals, and microplastics. It's got a patented 4-stage reverse osmosis system that goes way beyond ordinary filters for pure, healthy water you can trust for you and your family. I love there's no plumbing and no installation. AquaTrue's been featured in Business Insider, Popular Science, and named the best countertop water filter by Good Housekeeping. To join 98% of customers that say their drinking water is cleaner, safer, and healthier, and take the guesswork out of pure, great tasting water, head to aquatrue.com and use the promo code ERIKA, that's ERIKA, to get 20% off your purifier. AquaTrue comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 1-year warranty, so you can try it completely risk-free and make sure it's right for you and your family. Thank you to AquaTrue for sponsoring today's show. Now let's get back into the episode.
And one of the best things you can do is to just every day say these key words. I know they work because I use them in schools. I matter. I'm significant. I'm enough. I'm lovable. And I'm worthy of deserving of whatever it is you want. Don't just say it, state it, affirm it, embody it. I matter. I'm enough. I'm significant. I'm lovable. I'm here for a reason. You can add anything you like. But say it. Because you see, if I put balm on my skin, it's going to go in. Whether it's beautiful organic balm or full of toxins, it's all going to go in. And our brain is the same. Whatever you introduce, it will go in. Your brain has no choice but to work on the words you give it. You're the one who has to choose to give it better words.
Yeah. It's almost, I think for some, and definitely for myself in the past, it's tricky when you have been raised maybe with key people around you, or even today in present times, if you're actively trying to do something, you might even have people that genuinely love and care for you, family members that, again, just are sitting in different beliefs. That might just project or impose their own thoughts or insecurities or fears that kind of get in the way of what you're trying to do for yourself. How do you navigate that situation when you know that they're not trying to attack you or slow you down? It's just...
Yeah, we will say, oh, that will never work out.
Yes.
That doesn't happen to people like us. Oh, darling, you'll never make it as an actress. You need to go and be a nurse. Or, oh, there's no money in being a painter. You need to work in IT.
Or be realistic with your goals.
Be realistic. Yes, this is ridiculous. That's not going to happen. But, I love that expression, if you aim for the moon, you probably reach the stars. So...
My husband says that to
There's
me.
nothing wrong with aiming high. So when people around you say things that aren't in alignment, just to say, well, they don't mean it. They don't mean it. You don't have to let it in. Not letting in other people's opinions can change your entire life. Just deciding that's your opinion, like Meryl Streep, in a sea of opinions. You're allowed to have one. I don't have to let it in. It might be a wonderful grandmother. And often they try to stop you being hurt by going, oh, don't do that. That's too risky. Oh, that's not going to work out. Realize they're often saying it out of kindness, but it's their story. It's not your story. One of the saddest things I see as a therapist is people who make someone else's story their story. all men let you down. People like us, we don't have that kind of life. That's not available for people like us. And, I worked with a client years ago who said, you can't trust men. And I said, darling, this is your mother's story. Your mother was of a different generation. She didn't have your education. It's her story. She made very poor choices. But it's not your story. You have a totally different story. And the saddest thing is how to make someone else's story our story. So go back and say, is this a story? I mean, my grandmother told me men don't marry successful women. That was true for her generation. But it isn't true now. So be very careful to make your own story. Edit it, rewrite it. But don't let someone else's story be your story.